what's good YouTube land, the ultimate form here, back again once again. And today we are here for episode 4 of our Let's Play Horizon Zero Dawn. In the last episode we made our way to Rost, finished his final lesson, and then came up here to Mother's Heart to be inducted into the Proving. So we're going to get to that in a moment, but we do have some other things that we have to do, like meet our old friend, as well as discuss some other things about the Nora tribe. So while we're walking over to that point over there, let us talk a bit more about the Nora tribe. I did mention in the previous episode that the Nora tribe are a matriarchy. Turns out they're also a marital oligarchy. So the women that make up this oligarchy are, the women that are held as matriarchs make up the oligarchy and speak for the people. I do not know if they're from each individual camp, or village, but all in all they all speak for the Nora tribe. Another thing that's also interesting is the tribe is a hunter-gatherer tribe and didn't have currency until fairly recently with their interactions with another tribe.
Now, for you'll have to tell
we're going to that story again. Let's walk up quickly. And another thing I would like to just mention before we move forward is that the Proving. The Proving is a rite of passage, as you mentioned before. So Nora are about Alo's age, go through the Proving in order to earn their right as a brave. We'll talk about the face tattoo, the face paints in a bit, but let's sort out Teb for the time being.
Isn't it? I'm remembering your name correctly?
Are you the old friend Tirsa told me about? I don't know you.
I see you don't recognize me. Well, it was a long time ago. Teb is my name. You were half my size when you saved me from a herd of machines.
I remember. You tried to thank me.
I never forgot that day. All these years I hope to see you again, if you came to run in the Proving. As you can see, I didn't turn out to be much of a hunter. I served the tribe as a stitcher instead, a maker of garments and armor. In preparation for this day, I've made an outfit for you. I hope you like it.
What's it going to cost?
Cost? Nothing. Consider it the thanks I tried to give years ago. Long overdue. There. Try it on whenever you feel like it.
Thank you, Teb. I've never had anything like this before.
Well, it's yours. I think you'll find it affords more protection than what you were wearing. Every outfit offers some advantage. It's always a trade-off. Anyway, I shouldn't keep you any longer. Head for the Matriarch's Lodge if you want to find Tirsa. You'll know it when you see it. A large wooden building with an angry mob waiting outside.
Tirsa said something about envoys from another tribe?
Yes, that's what the mob's angry about. Karja visiting our sacred land for the first time in years. I'd expect to see some tomatoes fly, maybe rocks. Hopefully not spears. In any case, be ready to duck.
Drunk? Me?
Hello, Aloy. What'd you have in mind?
So let's see what Teb is selling. Looks like Teb is selling the same outfits that Karst is selling. Karst. So we don't have to worry about that. But everything that we have at the moment has one modification slot. I'll go over mods when we get to it. It's not something I need to mention right now. But oh, cool.
May the goddess protect.
Cool. Another thing that is worth mentioning is that the Nora live in communal housing. Part of their the hunter-gatherer thing, where everything was shared between the tribe. The only ones that genuinely live separate from everyone are the matriarchs. So those who are grandmothers or great grandmothers tend to live by themselves or in their own houses. So that's another little fun fact for you. I've made like loads of notes and stuff about the Nora culture and stuff. So when something pops up, I have reason to talk about it. Oh, so it was my birthday a couple days ago, and something about the Nora that is rather interesting is because they're so focused on the position of a mother, when a child is born, and to which they're only permitted to have one child under most circumstances, when the child's birthday comes around, it's not so much a celebration for them, but a celebration for their mother who gave birth to them. So there's a little something to think about. But let's
In a
move
moment, we shall bless the proving. But first, we have guests to welcome. For 2 years, we have been at peace with the Karja. It is time to restore our bonds of trade with Meridian. These envoys come to us under a banner of peace.
Peace. It's peace.
An Enunciation of Gratitude, written
Killers
by the
and
hand
slavers!
of
Yeah!
Sun King Avad.
Killers and slavers!
Hey!
Luminance of
Hold
the...
your fruit, Nora. Nora Faithful, hold your fruit. Now I'm Asaram, not Karja, so I'll put it to you straight. The 13th Sun King was a murderous bung. Oh, he was. He was a tyrant and a monster. Raided my tribe for blood sacrifice, just like yours. My own sister was taken. I hated the Karja. But the 13th king is dead. 2 years now. Who killed him? The 14th.
Yeah.
Not because he lusted for power, but because someone had to put an end to his father's atrocities.
Yeah!
And the message that this poor priest means to read is an apology. Straight from the lips of the 14th king. So please, can't you lend him your ears?
Thank you. An Enunciation of Gratitude, written by the hand of Sun King Avad, 14th luminance of the Radiant Line. People
It's for the
of
gods
Nora,
to judge the Karja, not me.
on the
The
eve of
bizarre
your
should be left in the
proving,
past.
know
Unknown
the
device
Karja
detected.
stand
Are we
with you
supposed to What's that mean?
as the sun's light frames the stoutest trees. As those you have nurtured,
I won't
take
let
their
the Karja
places
faithful
among
stop me
your
from enjoying the
braves.
festival.
we
What can we
join
do
your
now?
prayers that they will stand tall in the sun. I am grateful for your audience. To be taken into
He's
your
wearing a
embrace.
focus, just like mine.
I thank the wisdom
Did you see those
of your
Karja
elders,
walk past?
the mercy
May
of
All-Mother
your
forget
mother,
them.
Where did he find a
with our
focus?
tribes united in trade and in trust.
I won't let the Karja
I
faithful
pray
stop
that the
me
Nora
He's
may
wearing a
never
focus,
again
just like mine.
the death of a child in battle. We do not
You're the
forget
only other
our
person I've ever seen wearing a focus. Where did you get yours?
What? A Nora? Wearing one of these? That's impossible. Your tribe fears the old places, forbids them.
Who says I'm like other Nora?
Why, I guess you're not. If you've gone delving in the ruins of the metal world.
What's wrong?
Apologies. A malfunction.
Oh, Lynn, you making friends with locals, are we?
I'll come back.
Wait,
No, we'll talk later. Have to go.
Whoa. Well, I guess he's more hungover than I thought. Hey, you got the same trinket that Owen has on his head. Since when did those become fashionable?
his name is Owen? Who is he? And where did he get one of these?
He's just a scrounger with friends in high places. Now, he spends half his time digging for artifacts, the other half drinking or dicing. As for the trinket, well, I guess he dug it up somewhere. Just a weird old jewel he sticks on his face. I mean, no offense. It looks great on you.
I thought your friend was gonna go down in a hail of fruit, but you really calmed the crowd.
Thanks. I wasn't sure I could do it. The Nora is still pissed with the Karja about the Red Raids, and who can blame them?
I wanted to ask you something else.
If you want. But I'll also be around after that blessing thing, if that'd be a better time to talk.
I never heard anything about Red Raids growing up. What were those?
Your tribe was in war and you didn't even know? Were you kept hidden away? Did you have overprotective parents or something?
I grew up as an outcast, shunned by the tribe.
Oh. Yeah, I've heard the Nora do that. That seems cruel, if you ask me. But even an outcast knows about the derangement of the machines, right? How they get deadlier every year? Well, the mad Sun King figured if he spilled enough blood to the Sun God, it would calm the machines. Didn't work. But for years he raided the tribes and took captives for sacrifice. My sister among them. The Nora put up a good fight, but lives were lost.
So what happened? How did it all end?
The Mad King's own son united Karja rebels with Asaram freebooters. And together we did the impossible, took back Meridian and killed the crazy old king. So now the son sits on the throne and it's a big improvement. Under Avad there's no more sacrifices, no more slavery. People from all tribes are welcome in Meridian now, even Nora exiles. You really should come visit.
Who are the Asaram?
Oh, that's my tribe, far to the northwest. We're good at three things: arguing, working steel, and brewing.
And freebooters. What are those?
I guess you could say we were mercenaries, warriors for pay. Except a lot more loyal than that makes us sound. Avad couldn't have taken down his father without our metal and muscle. And now some of us serve proudly as his personal vanguard.
Your sister was taken captive and sacrificed. That's terrible.
Captive, yes. Sacrificed, no. It takes more than a few Karja to finish Ursa. She got away, and now she's my captain. Captain of the entire vanguard. Favored by the Sun King himself.
How did she survive?
Well, that's a story, all right, but it takes a while to tell. Maybe another time over a drink or three? Or just come to Meridian and meet her yourself. I think you'd like each other. You're both rather, direct.
This is something that's important for you guys to understand. So, he'll probably say it. If he doesn't say it exactly, then I'll just paraphrase and fill you guys in.
You said the machines have been getting more dangerous every year.
Yeah, I don't have to tell you that, right?
First I've heard of it.
Oh, sorry. I just assumed everyone knew. Well, the way I hear it, 15, 20 years ago, the machines weren't always pissed off like they are now. When a hunter came at them, they'd spook and run. So it was hard to take them down, but not dangerous, so long as he was smart enough to jump out of the way. But then the derangement starts up and everything changes. Now, when a hunter fires a shot, the machines snarl and charge right at him. A few more years pass and they start attacking people on sight. Going anywhere becomes a major risk. And if that wasn't bad enough, entirely new kinds of machines start showing up. Bigger, meaner, and heavily armed.
Like the Sawtooth.
Yeah, 10 years ago, that one. But every couple of years or so, something worse comes along. Believe me.
So what's making it happen?
And no one knows. And the machines, well, they aren't telling.
Tell me about the derangement again.
Well, the way I hear it, when but then the now when
Oopsie, sorry about that.
If that wasn't bad.
Like the Sawtooth.
Yeah.
So,
No.
if the Karja have such a cruel history, How did you end up serving them?
The last king and his men were butchers. But the new king wants peace. There's nothing cruel about that. Besides, the Carja don't just fight, they build. But take Meridian. Next to it, everything else is just a bunch of sticks and stones.
Just how big is Meridian? What's it like?
Where do I even start? My tribesmen are masters of the forge, the best tinkers in the world. But when it comes to building, the Carja have us beat. The city soars over a canyon with more bridges than the Nora have roads and buildings tall as mountains. And across the valley stands the spire, like a blade thrust into the sky reflecting the sun. You really owe it yourself to see it. So consider that a challenge. Or an invitation.
I want to ask you about something you said before.
Ask away.
I've never seen armor like yours before.
You've never seen Vanguard steel? Well, let me introduce you. Ring-locked, impact-protected, sturdy enough to choke a sawtooth. It has to be. The Vanguard of the Sun King's best. Life-takers and machine-breakers to a one. You might even give a Nora warmaid like you more trouble than she can handle.
With all that metal to slow you down? I doubt it.
Yeah, hard to say. From where I'm standing, looks like a pretty even match.
He's such a flirt. Jesus.
What else do you know about Owen?
Is he really that interesting? I'm starting to get jealous. Well, he scours the wilds for ruins, digs up stuff, and sells it to nobles. When he's not scrounging, he's scouting. Exactly the skills you want the man guiding your expedition to have. I've known him for a few years. He's a loyal companion, cares for his family, holds his drink well enough. I like him, but besides that, not much to tell.
Tell me about Owen again.
I've known him for...
Okay, so that highlights twice. Okay, I guess I take it. While we are here, yes. Let me just quickly look at my notes. Is there anything I can talk about that's been referenced that hasn't been mentioned? No. Pretty much did everything. Cool. Oh, that does there is one thing I can highlight. So this happened to Cast went into an old ruin and was poking around and got caught. This is a taboo for the tribe. They believe that the All-Mother provided not just the animals and human life but also the machines, but take it upon themselves to or believe that the old ruins of the metal world are enemies of the All-Mother, thus can corrupt people's souls, taking them away from the All-Mother. So this results in, as Aloy and forgot his name already, mentioned, it leads to a tribal shunning, and these can last from 6 months to several decades, and if the offense is truly devastating, make them permanent, like what happened to Rost and old Greta. This is done with rehabilitation in mind, and people are seldom killed for their offences, which is, I guess, is a good thing, because the tribe is all about the people, and if you just go around having people executed, that kind of sends the wrong kind of message from your maternal oligarchy. So that's one thing of note, but I guess we should move on, because time's a wasting and we have things to do.
I should make my way to the blessing.
Yeah. Look, maybe I shouldn't say this, but it's obvious that you don't belong in this backwater. I mean, you're smart. You're obviously capable, and, well, I mean, look at you.
What are you talking about?
You know what. All right, if you ever visit Meridian, look me up. I'll show you around, make introductions. It'll be a whole new life, if you want it. Anyway, I have to go to that blessing thing, too, so, see you around, maybe?
Aaron, that's his name. He didn't really...
We shouldn't let these Karja outsiders pollute our sacred land.
Can I not talk to Jezza and Tirsa? No, I can't. It would be nice to talk to them beforehand.
Are you supposed to forget what the Karja did to our tribe?
He didn't make it very far. I quite like the Nora tribe. I really find them relatable. There are some aspects of them that I quite like, and they kind of make sense. Most of the people that we meet in this region are descendants of the people that came out of All Mother Mountain. I think All Mother Mountain is like... All Mother Mountain would be back over here? Wait. Where's All Mother Mountain? Mother's Cradle. Mother's Watch. I think All Mother's Mountain is supposed to be this area here. And we'll come to All Mother Mountain eventually, and I'll explain what it is and why it's there and everything else. But just for now, understand that everyone originated from this general area. So this area that's called Mother's Embrace, this is where every single person came from in this area. I don't know if that also includes the Banuk, but I would think so because of how things are laid out or suggested to be laid out. But we'll get to that eventually, just laying down some foundations here. So every tribe came from this area, and those who stayed became Nora. Those who headed west or northwest became the Karja, who ruled the majority of the area. In the northwest are the Asaram, and then we'll meet the Banuk eventually. When we get to Meridian, I'll talk about the Karja, and when we get to the closest Asaram settlement, which there is one in the game, I'll talk about the Asaram. Each one is distinguished by several traits. The Nora are hunter-gatherers, highly religious. The Karja are also religious to a great degree, but are builders, and they develop the most sophisticated society that we see in the game. And as Aaron said, Asaram are tinkerers, explorers, and good with steel, so they're good at making weapons. I'm going to shut up now because we're going to watch the blessing.
When all aspirants are in place.
And I mean, Tirsa was behind me. How did she get down here before me? Whoops, something dropped off. So yeah, I'm going to shut up for now and look at all the mothers here with their babies. So most of these kids are... I know I didn't show off like the very beginning of the game where all the tutorials are, and I will talk about this eventually in time because some things are relevant, like where Aloy got her focus, but we'll go and explore that after the proving before we actually leave the Embrace. And some of the aspirants that we're going to meet were kids that used to bully Aloy. I don't know if you can see it, probably not, but Aloy's supposed to have a scar just above her eyebrow from an incident where one of the kids threw a rock at her, and because she's an outcast, and the kids can be cruel, but it's just one of those things where, oops, I didn't mean to draw my bow. There they are, Bast, Vala, Erend. But let's talk to Irid before we go.
Expecting more tomatoes?
In truth, I thought they were throwing stones.
Stones hit a lot harder. You'd know the difference.
If you wish to speak, we should do so after the ceremony. I'd rather not hold things up, or do anything else that angers these people.
Of course, so we'll talk to him later.
Let's talk after the blessing. I don't want to piss off the matriarchs. Those are some tough-looking grandmothers.
Tough little grandmothers indeed. I shouldn't be able to talk to those two. But let's go talk to the old ladies.
Aloy, take your place right there. The prayer lantern is yours. I made it for you. Blasphemy. Sisters. Aspirants, before each of you sits a prayer lantern crafted by your mother. In her honor, light its flame.
In honor of Rost. And all he did to help me get here.
O Mother, hear our prayer. What is the child but a mother's hope that takes flight? A glowing flame that climbs the air, set free to the wind, sailing the sky till it fades and falls. So, from one to another, passes the chain of love.
There's Owen. I have some questions for him.
So a nice simple ceremony for the children to give honor to their parents. So we have 2 tabs? Okay, so not a lot left to do, but let's talk to...
I'm too nervous to talk to you. You're... you.
Aloy, now that the blessing has been made, you and I finally have a moment to speak. I hope the ceremony wasn't too unpleasant for you, given your circumstances.
I can't say it was comfortable, but I could see the beauty of the ritual, even so.
It takes a generous heart, Aloy, to commend a ritual that venerates all that you were denied.
All I'm saying is that it didn't bother me. I have bigger things to worry about than hearing the Nora mumble about their mothers.
I see. I imagine you must have questions for me then.
So let's talk about the matriarchs
Ross told me
first.
that matriarchs don't just lead the tribe. What else do you do?
We teach, offer counsel, give blessings. When necessary, we judge. Our only concern is the welfare of the tribe. Among our number this year, we count 3 high matriarchs and some 30 lesser matriarchs.
What's the difference?
Matriarchs are grandmothers with 2 generations of living progeny. But a high matriarch is a great-grandmother with 3 or more generations to her name. Thus do we speak for generations, lending our opinions weight. The high matriarchs most of all.
So, the more children you have, the more authority you get? I guess that's one way to decide who leads a tribe.
Why would there be any other?
Why does Lansra hate me so much?
She is a woman of extreme opinions. More than that, I cannot say.
It's not my fault that I was born, or that the matriarchs decided to cast me out.
I side with you in this matter, but there are differences of opinion, and any vote of the high matriarchs requires a majority.
It surprises me the tribe lets outcasts run in the Proving. It's not like the Nora to be so hospitable.
It has always been law that any child outcast has this right, as a means to rejoin the tribe. So far as I know, however, you are the first ever to exercise this right.
I'm not surprised. I doubt many outcast children survive long enough in the wilds to come of age.
I think, rather, it is because child outcasts are so rare. In all my years, I've only known of one other child who was cast out. A boy of 13, who killed his mother. But at the Proving 5 years later, he did not appear.
No. I'd be surprised if he survived very long on his own.
But at least he had a chance. Other tribes would have simply executed him. It may be hard for you to accept, Aloy, but the practice of shunning is, relatively speaking, humane.
Oh, is it? Try it out for 18 years, Tirsa, and then let me know what you think.
Aloy's got that sass.
Why was I made an outcast at birth, Tirsa? What crime could I have committed even before I was born?
Aloy, this is not a question I can answer.
Why not? It's simple enough. And what about my mother? Is she here tonight, watching me? Or is she dead? Is she here? Or nowhere?
I am sure your mother is here with us, if only in spirit.
That's not really an answer, is it? Just so you know, Tirsa, the reason I'm here is to get answers. Real ones. And when I win the proving, I will demand them.
I know, Aloy. I would expect nothing less.
What about Rost? Why was he made an outcast?
So, he never told you?
He said he swore an oath never to speak of it.
Yes. As did I, and the other matriarchs. I'm sorry, Aloy. But Rost's past is another secret I must keep from you.
What else is new?
Bro, nothing but secrets. Nothing but secrets. It is a hard-pressed thing to have your mother keep secrets from you. Or your grandmother, or anyone in your family that you care about and say they care about you. I know how Aloy feels.
I should be going. I'm sorry if I've been too harsh. It's just... I've wanted answers for so long.
I know, child. You're not the only one who's waited years for this day. I will be praying for your success.
That's the bully. You won't last a minute against Father. You're in a real fight.
That blessing wasn't bad. Nice and short, anyway. But I know a half-dozen Asaram tinkers who could put on a better fireworks show. Oops. I hope I'm not throwing a wet blanket on your sacred ritual. It was nice. Really.
I mean...
Yeah, well,
cool.
Good luck in that proving thing. Maybe I'll see you in Meridian someday. Who knows?
Looks like a strong field for the proving room. It's in All-Mother's hands who named after all.
Your blessing was most illuminating. I've never seen its like. A rare gift indeed.
But you don't believe in All-Mother, do you?
Usually the distance between our tribes shrouds Nora ways from Karja eyes. But here among you, I see a beauty that shines true. Perhaps Naman is right after all, that the sun's light brightens all lands and all peoples.
Who's Naman?
One of my brethren, who believes the sky is wide enough for the faiths of all tribes.
So first of all, who are you?
Sun Priest.
I am the Reverend Irid. The glory of the Karja is the sun's glory, reflected. We sun priests are but glimmers of its great light.
You just said a lot, but you didn't tell me anything.
My apologies. My duty is to carry out the will of the sun, by serving its emissary among us, the Sun King. I comfort those who walk by the light of day, and I travel to those in far reaches, whom the light barely touches, bearing warmth.
Cool.
So you live in Meridian?
I do. Where better to mark the sun's divine passage than where the sandstone glows in the light of its passing. I was raised in the mesa's great shade, its wild bird markets and metal cellars, spices and colored silks.
Sounds impressive.
Oh, you should behold it. And you can if you make the journey. At His Luminance's order, we have flung its gates open to all.
Any Nora who leaves the sacred land becomes an exile. But hey, who knows where I'll end up.
She's so nonchalant about things.
Who is the Sun King you speak for?
His Luminance Avad is the 14th king of the Radiant Line. His light envelops the sky and everything beneath it. He is the chosen of the sun. By his divine rule, we are given sight and purpose.
You speak highly of him. Do you know him well?
By his nature, he is unknowable and infallible. We are his instruments, not his companions. I have been in his presence, but we draw down our hoods so as not to behold his light directly.
He's the sun, he has total power, and no friends. That couldn't go wrong.
Again, nonchalant.
If your Sun Kings are so infallible, how do you explain the crimes of the last king?
Well, the sun's glory is a great and brazen crown for a vessel as small as a man. If the vessel is flawed, indeed in the burial caves, one can see the skulls of the past kings are cracked, trialed and fired in the sun's kiln. That can be too much for any man to bear, even a ruler of men.
So the sun can make bad choices like anyone else?
Oh, no.
But that's what you said. That's what you said, my guy.
Has there ever been a Sun Queen?
Many wives and consorts, of course. Or, oh, you mean for the sun to choose a queen? This has not happened.
Why not?
Well, the sun is masculine, of course, and so would choose its heirs thus.
It's a light in the sky. I've never seen anything dangling from it. I don't know if you've noticed, but women run things around here.
Well, Avad took a woman as captain of his vanguard, the first to hold such an honor.
You mean Aaron's sister, Tirsa. From what he told me, she sounds formidable.
Oh, formidable indeed. A woman, and an outsider as well.
She might make a fine Sun Queen, given a chance.
A sun... Oh, no. No.
Oh, no. No. My guy, answer my questions.
Did you come all this way just to deliver your Sun King's speech?
It is my duty, and also my honor, to carry the light of atonement to those we overshadowed and wronged. I swallowed my fear, but it re-emerged. I am glad Erend Van Guardsman made this journey. He is my shield, a good man.
Why were the Karja at war with the Nora?
Under the 13th Sun King, the Karja had no peace with any tribe. His luminance has sent those days to dusk. We must renew the light that binds us, though few volunteered to come here.
The Nora scare you. They're good at making people feel unwelcome.
It's said one soldier died for every Nora taken alive. But I see you can be as calm as you are fierce.
That was an enlightening conversation. Let me just double check my list. Probably should look at their back too, because I wrote stuff on their back. Oh, okay, never mind. We can move on.
This has been illuminating, but I should get going.
You have already been blessed, but may the dawn find you, the day warm you, and the dusk have light to guide your path.
Thank you, my guy, even though you talked to Waffle in the middle. Last person we need to talk to. This is optional, you don't have to talk to Olin, but he does give you stuff you need to pay attention to.
Hello, Owen.
You know my name? Ah, guess Aaron told you.
Why did you act so strange when we spoke earlier?
Must be this festival. I'm really not one for crowds. Maybe I should just turn in.
Stop dodging my questions.
All right, cool your fire. I got nothing to hide.
I've never seen anyone else with a focus. Where exactly did you find it?
In a ruin, north of the Claim. That's our name for the Asaram homeland. Up there, the metal seams run deep. Steel giants half buried in loose soil. Forgotten caves that the old ones bored into mountain rock. Your eyes just lit up.
I found my focus in a cave just like you're describing. A ruin of the old ones.
If you've delved yourself, you know as much as I do. Go to those places for answers. Not me.
When we spoke earlier, you winced, then looked like you were in pain. Or frightened. Did your focus show you something?
It didn't show me anything. I told you. It malfunctioned. Happens all the time.
You're not a very convincing liar.
Do you always accuse people you've just met of lying?
Only the ones who aren't telling the truth.
Fire and spit, girl. I'm a plain hammered man with nothing to hide. You don't believe me, that's your trouble, not mine.
What are you doing here, Owen? Why come to Noraland?
Aaron needed a scout for his expedition, and a second for his drinking, that's all. Someone to stop the Sun Priest getting lost. When all this is over, I'm back to delving ruins, rummaging for scrap, scrounging up trinkets to sell.
So you're an explorer?
Just another Outlander, girl. A man's gotta make his shards. I just make mine in service to the king's court. That's all.
Cool, I guess you told me everything I needed to know.
I don't understand. We have this device in common, but you can't wait to stop talking to me.
I already have all the friends I need, girl. I don't need the bother.
I'm used to being shunned by the tribe. I thought you'd be different.
It's nothing personal. It really isn't. You should... try to enjoy yourself tonight. Big day tomorrow. Always best to make every day count.
Cool. So that's done. I know this episode's been a lot of talking, but I think it's stuff that everyone kind of needed to hear and go through it and get all the exposition and information we needed. So I'm gonna actually end this episode here, because in the next episode we'll be doing the proving. As I've already mentioned, the proving is a rite of passage ritual, and you'll see exactly what it is, but just know this is how, for Aloy, this is how she becomes part of the tribe, but it's also how young Nora's get their role within the tribe, whether they're hunters, hunter-gatherers, because some people do both, whether they are purely warriors who work outside of the walls of the embrace, and other things. Not everyone has to take the proving, as far as I understand, because Teb doesn't do it, and Teb is older than we are, but it does afford him his tattoos, his face paint. We will talk about face paint in the next episode, but as I said in the previous one, give me your questions, let me know what you want to know about this series, and the stuff that we're encountering as we go along. I will try to make sure that I will talk to relevant characters who give information, and if I can't find one, I will find a data point that does, or I'll just find the information and tell you offer it. I hope you did enjoy this episode. I know lots of talking, not much actually happened, but please make sure you like, subscribe if you haven't already, ring the bell to get notified of more content coming your way, share with your family and your friends, and I've been Lan, the Ultimate Form. I will catch you guys later.